I'm Austin, and this is the Hork-Bajir Chronicles. Keffa, you stand at the edge of Father Deep. Water falls as Mother Sky weeps for the Hork-Bajir. She weeps as the war ravages her planet. She weeps as her sons and daughters, who were once peaceful and gentle, now rip each other apart to survive. Mother Sky sends out a booming crash of rage that illuminates everything in the night. Behind you stand 2 loyal Hork-Bajir, 3 righteous Andalites, one who has just intercepted a call from Prince Aliron to Prince Jahem. He's given him orders to release a failsafe that was put in place just in case the Yeerks won. He's then meant to rendezvous as fast as possible to the last great tree for extraction. This is also where the Andalites have set up their operating base. It was told that the Andalites will make their last stand there and then retreat, leaving the planet to its fate, in Prince Aliron's words. Ships zoom through Mother Sky as the Yeerks gather to prepare their attack. Ilira replays the message between Prince Jahem and Prince Aliron to everyone. Prince Jahem says, "I've sent one of my creatures to you. He carries the virus. It carries the virus. Once released, the virus will be airborne, but I do not know how far it will spread. Infected Hork-Bajir will infect other Hork-Bajir. The time it takes to run through the body will differ based on the Hork-Bajir, but they will not suffer in the end. That is what the Arn have told me. I have my own canister here that I plan to release at the top of the canopy. This is what must be done, Prince Jahem. You have done the galaxy a great service. It is unfortunate the species will perish, but it is necessary. They're too strong for the Yeerks to control. I do not have the same qualms as you do, Prince Aliron. This is the most logical choice. The Yeerk filth will all die inside the Hork-Bajir that are infected. Additionally, the Hork-Bajir are a primitive species created to tend the trees. They were made to be gardeners and nothing else. Their purpose has been served. I do not regret the choice I made to have you work on this, Prince Jahem. Nonetheless, we will keep this classified. Do not share this information with the rest of the fleet. Not everyone will see this as a win. Understood, my war prince. I await your creature's delivery. Collect your things and do not be late to the rendezvous. Farewell, Prince Jahem." The message ends. After the message ends, the first one to speak is Matea, and she says, "We have to stop them."
Agreed.
We have to save Hork-Bajir too.
Yes. It sounds like the virus. There's two of them.
Yes, one with one of his creatures. What do you suppose that could be?
Maybe since he was working with the Arn as well.
Mm.
What
Wait,
should we
so-
do?
Sorry. Did the transmission say the creature was going to be at the great tree for extraction?
The creature is taking a canister of the virus to Alaron at the Great Tree.
Okay, and then Jahem is also...
He's going to rendezvous there after he's done doing what he's supposed to do, which is release the virus.
Okay. Do we have his location?
You do.
Okay.
He's close.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess we go intercept him and make him pay. I'm driving.
We have time. The creature's on its way.
Keffa's right. We can't stop both of them at the same time.
Some of us go for creature. Some of us go for prince.
Each were stronger together.
Split party. Always work.
I think each has a point.
Yall lead Jubba Jubba army into battle.
Sanillion, what say you?
I will do what you tell me to do, Ilira.
Keffa must go to Hork-Bajir. Keffa must warn them.
Keffa, I need to see Jahem pay. He slaughtered my family. This is the only family that I have left, and she gestures around to the rest of you.
Save Hork-Bajir. Save family.
I trust you, Keffa.
Keffa will need help. Keffa can talk to Hork-Bajir, but Keffa need help talking to Andalites. And Keffa's gonna walk up to each and Yall and grab their arms and say, Yall, each. And reach over and grab Maitea. Maitea, family. Protect family. And she's going to turn to Sanillion and Ilira. And she's going to just walk a little closer to them and say, Ilira and Sanillion, also family. Will you help family?
We will.
I understand, Keffa, and this split isn't forever. We'll be together
again.
Yes. We'll be strong again. She kind of stands up a little straighter. 4 Hork-Bajir kind of step out from some shadows. They weren't supposed to be listening in, but they were. It is Pick, Crunch, Ron, and Yum Yum. Pick says, I can be going with y'all. We fighting alongside you. Yum Yum nods and takes a step up beside each. Crunch looks to Keffa and nods. Crunch, follow Keffa. And out of the shadows, more figures step. Rock, Bolt, and Unos step up beside Crunch. We follow Keffa too. And they look at each. Keffa, or not Keffa, Matea looks at the Andalites and she says, I don't mean to make anyone uncomfortable, but if you two are going to be dealing with Hork-Bajir controllers, walking in as Andalites might not be such a great idea. She looks around at all the Hork-Bajir.
So what would you propose we walk in as then?
She
Keffa
smiles.
literally turns to her and says, Hork-Bajir.
You two could try the Frolish maneuver.
Dibs on y'all. And she'll run up to y'all.
Sanillion. Aw.
You can have him too. I'm just joking. Gather, friends. With your permission, of course.
Y'all, okay. Y'all not really understand what's going on anyway, so it's fine.
Sanillion, you first.
Oh. All right. And if they're willing, Sanillion will go and just kind of gently like touch each one of them like on, wrist blade or whatever, and acquire just all of their DNA in rapid succession.
Yeah. All of like the 3 main Hork-Bajir or all of them.
Hey, if anyone else, if fucking Ron just showed up here and he doesn't know what the fuck is going on, he steps up into this circle and he'll take his DNA too. Fucking
Yeah.
Ron.
I think anybody here lets you take their DNA.
He would probably aim for between 4 and 6 if he can. That seems like a good pool to pull from.
Cool.
Such an Alex response. I think if I were going to do a Frolic maneuver on Hork-Bajir, I would prefer to have somewhere between 4 and 6 Hork-Bajir.
Austin said, tell him what you want, and he would tell you what to roll or what to do. What I want is 4 to 6 sets of DNA to pull from.
Austin, I want 4 to 6 sets of Hork-Bajir DNA.
And no twins. I don't want it to be too close.
That would be like having 1 less Hork-Bajir DNA to pull
That would be
from.
more like having between 3 and 5. And like, I don't want that.
So you only get one of the brothers.
I don't like the way you said that, and I don't know why.
Wait, are Rock and Ball twins?
They're not.
Okay.
Austin just said, "Fuck what you want. I'm just gonna make it different to be difficult." What do I do now?
So you have to start morphing?
What do I do
Yeah.
now? I only have 3 to 5 Hork-Bajir to pull from.
And you
Sorry,
can
I thought you
describe...
wanted me to roll some shit. It's fine.
No, not for this. Not for this
Okay.
one.
Great.
You can describe your morph and what your Hork-Bajir looks like.
Yeah, so Sanillion begins to morph, and it is the wildest looking morph, because normally when things are growing and changing and becoming something else, there's, even if it comes out weird, like something grows to this size and then shrinks with the rest of the body, it makes sense because it's one creature, whereas this is like growing out the horns and then they shorten and then they elongate again, and then, like, you know, the beak's coming in and the jaw kind of takes a few different sets as it's like into place. And his tail blade, of course, is kind of like combining and shrinking and growing into the other blades. And you can almost see, as he's picturing this Hork-Bajir, this blend of all of them, he's trying to pick the most like ferocious looking, intimidating features of each. So like he'll like turn into like this Hork-Bajir, but then the blades you'll see kind of like grow out and then maybe kind of shrink back as he focuses on something else. And eventually what stands there is this blended Hork-Bajir, but that you can definitely see he kind of maybe leaned a little bit more towards Yall than anybody else. So it's not Yall exactly, but he's trying to get that size and that bulk and trying to like feel ferocious like he does in his own body.
Hell yeah.
I wish I could get as excited about anything as Alex does about morphing.
Get on my wall.
So Jenna posted in the chat, Keffa's in there too, so you might be short. And I really love the idea that I acquire all of the same Hork-Bajir as you, and after I form my Hork-Bajir, I still end up shorter than you.
Do you want to describe that out? Like any other stuff?
I think she was also aiming for like big and ferocious, because she's listen, she really likes that Jubba Jubba experience. She's liked every Jubba Jubba experience since then. She really likes to be big and strong and powerful. And I think she's maybe not got like the greatest control over everything. She's just focusing on like big blades, like big bulk. And that, you know, maybe she kind of got a little carried away and she ends up with like a really kind of warped, sort of mismatched like upper body strength with like really kind of stick legs. She skipped leg day and like like long blades like in some places, and she's kind of asymmetrical. And then she's still a little bit shorter than Sanillion, and she kind of looks over and she's like, "Oh."
Does she have like a gorilla type body, like long arms leaned over and hulking upper half?
Yeah. It's like when you're designating like a group of things like stats or something, and she kind of min-maxed a little bit.
No middle sliders. No.
She monster factoried herself.
Hell yeah. And eventually the time comes. You guys are on a little bit of a clock, and the time comes to split ways. Anything anybody want to say?
I think just a quick like thing with Maitea, just basically being like, be careful, be smart, strike true. Thank you for everything.
Thank you for coming when I needed people and when they needed people. You two have done more for this planet than the whole Andalite fleet.
I'm sorry the Andalites are disappointing.
Me too.
She'll kind of extend her tail blade. Like, I'm picturing Andalite handshake, like tail blades touch or something. I don't know.
Yep.
But yeah, she'll
She
do that.
does. She does it as well. Rock, Bolt, and Unos say goodbye to all of you, but they linger with each a little longer.
So she's gonna say to them, I said, so proud, so brave, good family.
All three of them seem to like kind of be not know what to say, but Bolt actually steps up and he says, "We memories. We always have memories.
Mm.
We make more." There's like a big group hug.
Mm. I feel like they like do the like put their foreheads together type thing and
Mm-hmm. Horn blades. Afterwards, the 3 Hork-Bajir brothers, they all huddle together, just those 3. And they do the same thing. They bow their heads and touch their foreheads and their horn blades. And they hug each other tight until it's time to leave. And the 2 older brothers, trust Yum Yum to each. Ilira.
This is Kaycie from last. Did we like lay Bronk to rest somewhere?
Yeah, do you all want to describe that? And I can put it back in? Or do you want to just say you did it?
Oh.
As much as I don't want to push this on Emily, I feel like we definitely let each take the lead on that one. That was her buddy.
yeah, it was my baby. Yeah, so I feel like after we fleed and we got back to the main tree, and all of that, each would want to kind of find a spot where it was not fully in the forest and not fully in Father Deep, and find a special place for that and say, you know, not of Hork-Bajir world, but not of Father Deep, but loved of both, loved by us.
Beautiful.
Shut up, Austin. You did this.
I know. You'll make me cry again.
Okay. The Andalites and Keffa take off in their ship towards the last great tree.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Before
Not
we
yet,
leave,
though.
Keffa has been like putting things in a small Hork-Bajorn. And before they leave, she just sort of hands it off to Maitea.
She looks at it.
It's got just like, you know, some red bark, a couple of things, and the device is in it.
Oh, she pulls it out and looks up at you. She turns. Oh, I'm getting choked up. She turns on the device and sees the hologram of her family, of the Ceros. And her eyes go wide as she looks at you. Where did you get this?
From family. Kept safe for you.
Keffa, I don't Thank you. I don't know what to say.
Say, see you again.
You see her eyes gloss up, and she nods to you. And she'll like put her forehead against your horn blades.
Yeah, Keffa does the same and closes her eyes and squeezes her hand. Soon.
Soon.
And then
As you
Keffa
all-
tosses red bark at Yall.
Fuck yeah.
And the Andalites and Keffa take off in the ship. Y'all, Each, and Matea move towards the Arn base in Father Deep that Prince Jahem was located at. Followed by Yum Yum Pick, Ron. No, Ron went with the other ones. But the animals, the monsters, are all in formation behind you all. But behind y'all.
And Sanillion and Ilira went with Keffa?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just want to make sure I had that clear.
Where are we at? You guys get to a familiar. You guys get into Father Deep, and you travel. After learning a little bit more about Father Deep, after learning about the Arn, you know that there are entrances to these different bases, and you find one. You find an opening. You manage to skirt around, or if you choose to, fight any monsters that are in your way. That's up to you all. In Father Deep, you will encounter more bounders, some Jubba Jubba. How do you all want to deal with them?
I think trying to move through as stealthy as we possibly can in the huge group that we are.
I was going to say, if you want to move stealthy, you may have to leave some of your monsters behind a little ways.
Okay, me personally, I'm going full y'all here, and I'm gonna lean in towards Jubba Jubba on Jubba Jubba violence. Like, I'm just gonna have them like running out front of us and clearing a path, basically.
Yeah, and
That's what I'm thinking.
Matea is for either one.
Okay.
If y'all sends them forward, she'll like nudge each and be like, "Come on, we'll sneak past while he distracts them."
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Roll a stealth check each. Fucking mechanics, man.
Yeah.
Can't we just say it so we do it?
It's not a 7.
Sam. Let's see what Matea do. Boom. 23. And the Jubba Jubba perception with disadvantage.
Oh,
Jeez.
oh,
They do have disadvantage. It is 6. It adds them together. It's not supposed to, stupid dice. So yeah, basically you and Matea managed to like skirt around as y'all and Pick, and Yum Yum is also behind you all sneaking. But they managed to distract all the monsters, and you get to the entrance and you can open it. Matea opens it, and you all can move in.
Okay.
Jubba Jubbas can come in too, right?
It's too big for Jubba Jubba to get in through this entrance. But the bounders in the Chadu
Okay,
that you
okay.
have. Okay.
Okay. As long as we can bring something with us.
Mhm.
I'll just park the Jubba Jubbas and leave them.
Biz bouncers by either side of the door.
Yeah, they'll stay out and kind of guard
Yeah.
this area for any other Father Deep monsters. You all move in. It's very similar to Kwanzinikon's layout. You move through and you find another one of those rooms. Let's do another stealth check as you guys start to get closer. This will be a group stealth check.
Yeah, that'd be included for me too, or just roll one
Yes.
and it counts. Okay.
All right, let's give Prince Jahem a perception check. You silently move up the corridor and get to this room, and you can see Prince Jahem is in the slab and he's packing his things. Looks like he's getting ready to leave. He seems to take special care of this cylindrical object that this has been pointed out to you as the quantum virus, the canister containing the quantum virus. Roll perception checks. Both of you notice 3 sleeping bounders lying on the floor in between you all and Prince Jahem. What do you do?
Is Maitea at the front?
She is. She's kind of looking in and like she'll help point out everything.
So I think each would want to know, like, how proceed.
With no hesitation, we take him out.
Okay.
Be careful. Be careful with the quantum virus.
So then Yall is going to call in bounders to take out the bounders, and then he's going to charge Jahem.
With one quick look to each, like Matea's eyes meet yours, and she nods, and she moves into the room as well.
Each is going to stay at the door to block on that.
And we'll cut over to the ship. What is your all's plan as you get closer to the Great Tree? Are you going straight to the middle of it? Are you planning on landing behind the forces? Basically, what you all see as you come up is a battalion of Hork-Bajir litter the forest around the Great Tree. There are ships in the air, Yeerk ships that shoot around the forest, but don't get. There is a perimeter around the Great Tree that they don't fly into because there are Andalite ships landed at the base of the Great Tree.
So is step 1 Ilira's fancy flying through there to get to where we can land that ship?
Yeah, it could be. Do you all want to land outside or you want to go inside? It's up to you all.
Not the pilot.
Okay, so there's Andalite ships at the base of the tree,
Mm-hmm.
but they're holding down the fort, or
Yeah, this was the rendezvous point was the last Great Tree, and they are holding down the fort. They basically have a perimeter around the tree, keeping Yeerks away, keeping Hork-Bajir controllers away. But the surrounding forest is also littered with Hork-Bajir controllers, and you know they're Hork-Bajir controllers because there's Ged sprinkled in with them.
Okay. Do we see any other sign of our target?
Roll me perception checks. Anybody that's kind of scoping the area.
Yeah. I think that Keffa would be like scanning for it.
Fucking Andalite's got 2 crits.
And a 23 ain't fucking bad cutting down the middle,
yeah.
even if it ain't crit. So, Sanillion, you notice that there are Andalites with shredders, and they seem to be just mowing down any Hork-Bajirs that get too close. The full attack hasn't started yet. I will say, with your perception check, you kind of notice that it would be hard to navigate through there because of the Yeerk ships flying around. Even if the Andalites somehow recognize your ship as a ally, it would still kind of be hard. That being said, you have communicated with some of the Andalites before. You may be able to send a call forward. So, like, strategically, that's kind of what you see as you scan the battlefield. Ilira, go ahead. Did you want to say something?
I was just going to say he's relaying all of that to Ilira as we're so like if there's anything that Ilira, which I'm sure Ilira will see the exact same shit, but if there's anything extra that Sanillion got that Ilira didn't, he's passing that right along.
Cool. And Ilira, as you scan the battlefield, and Sanillion kind of relays these tactics to you, the strategy behind what the Andalites are doing and what everything that's going on at the moment. You notice that there is a Andalite fighter parked, landed like near the base of the tree, and Prince Alaron steps out of it and is looking towards the sky. So you know where he is. Keffa, as you use your scanner and scan around the whole battlefield while you're kind of approaching up in the air, it's strange because you pick up a Chadu, but only one. It seems like most of the other Chadu have fled as this fighting started. But the one that you pick up holds a canister in its talons, and it is about halfway from where you all are to Alaron, and it looks like it's heading straight for him.
Yeah, Keffa's immediately pointing out the Chadu.
Okay, we're going to intercept it, I guess. Cool. Fly over there.
All right. Let's do some fun shit.
Wee. Really, really quick question.
Yeah.
We're just potentially for my own planning thing. Is there a way to exit the ship while in flight, or are we stuck inside the ship?
If you wanted to, you could open like the doors or whatever. It'd be like the same, like the wind would be rushing and everything, but you could do it.
Ilira, while you are flying the ship, should I go out there as a Kafit bird and see if I can help?
Sure. Good to have options. And she'll
Bird fight.
dog fight. She'll start preparing the hatch so you can get out.
He's starting to morph.
Hell yeah. Let me add some turns. All right, you all can go ahead and roll initiative.
This is the moment Alex has been training for her whole life.
I'm going to use the Chadu one.
Oh, God. Aha. There we go. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Can you see my thing when I didn't select my tracker or no?
It didn't show up on the...
Because I rolled a 19, but it's like, you didn't select your token.
That's fine. You can still use that.
Okay. I would never lie to you, but I'll screenshot it if you think I would lie to you.
I mean, I think it'll show up in the chat. I just haven't checked yet.
That's what I was asking, is can you see it in the chat? Also was like, I personally haven't looked, so no.
Who am I? Oh, yeah, Prince Jahem.
Fuck that guy.
I'm gonna move the Andalites
God, he
and
looks
Keffa
like
up.
such a nerd.
Yeah. And an ass.
And a dick, too.
Addicted to you.
You can't just simple playing your way into here.
I'm a simple kind of player. All right. Y'all, what was your... Well, I guess I can just look. Nope, I don't see it.
No one can hear you, y'all.
Oh, that's because I didn't roll one because I thought it was just the people in the plane that
Nope,
was rolling it.
sorry, everybody. My bad.
Everybody in the club rolling it.
Oh shit.
Everybody in the club.
Y'all each roll initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why, because Austin didn't rap the initiative rap.
Shit. It's time for initiative, bitches. Let's all roll some initiative, bitches. That's the initiative rap.
That's really more of kind of like a sing song, like let's all roll initiative, bitches.
You get it. Oh shit. I need some bounders. I could have had this set up.
Nah.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
It's kind of like the Pokedex entries. Just don't. You're never going to use them.
I'm just going to cut and paste. I'm just going to cut and paste, guys. And that's okay because sometimes you have to get through life however you can.
Wait, we don't use the Pokedex entries?
No, we do. We just don't ever have them ready.
Yeah, it's always like,
Holy
all
shit.
right, I'm going to scan this Pokemon. And then Austin's like, all right, I'm almost there. Shit, I can't find it. Hang on one sec. Except imagine
Like, what have
more
I been
Southern.
recording for?
Yeah, we just ask you to record and then we throw them out. We're like,
Oh no! Speaking of which,
That
Jenna,
would be
I'll
me.
need one for next Fridays, which I'll send to you.
What
Sweet,
was
please do.
I made?
I know you're going to
for?
Nolans this weekend, so.
no love.
Yeah.
All the bounders are just going to go at the end.
Yeah.
They
But
look
your
like when
bounders
you
will go
get,
first.
you know when you'd buy those packs of little like squishy frogs from like the museum at the end of your trip? That's what they look like.
It's inspiration. I love squishy frogs.
Me too. The poison dart pack. Oh,
Yes. Dude, maybe I'll get a poison dart frog for real.
I mean, they're not poisonous in captivity because they're only poisonous because of the diet they eat. So you could. We could make this
Dude.
happen.
Fuck. We'll do it.
Let's do it. We're gonna get some frogs.
How many fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They all say Bronc, and I'm fucking so sorry for that.
Wow,
not
you're gonna
bounders on
make
the
them kill
sheet.
their own
Dare you.
dogs.
How dare you?
Oh, that's sad.
How dare you?
Not sad enough.
Sad. Damn it. You're right.
Hi.
Where is Bronc? I'm gonna use his character
On
sheet.
the ground.
Oh no.
I was about to say that. Yeah. Oh my god. She's like,
Emily just life alerted Kaycie, but you know who didn't get a life alert? Bronc.
Oh no.
Look at Emily and
Shit.
Vera right now.
Oh.
Now think about what you fucking done.
Oh no.
Me. Love between a person and their pet.
I'm sorry. I promise it won't get better in this recording.
Jesus.
Okay.
Did you just promise it won't get better?
You sure
Yeah.
did. I love
Yeah.
it. Take me to fucking hell. Let's rage.
Oh god.
Ilira's-
Take me to church.
Ilira, you are up.
I'm gonna fly as close to the Chadu as I can without scaring it to drop Sanillion off.
Okay. So there are Yeerk ships flying around. So to like kind of evade them or blend in, give me your piloting check.
I forgot how to do that. It's been
It's
100
on the
years.
left, the very left towards the bottom. It's like under proficiencies.
Gotcha.
Where your tools or something.
Vehicles. Oh, okay. Make it big. No. Nope.
Enhance.
Nope. Ignore that.
No, Kaycie literally just rolled a box that says other proficiency vehicles, so I think that means she succeeded in it.
Yeah.
Right? And, like,
It seems like she has another
She did it.
proficiency.
Okay, but for real,
Let me look.
I hit it.
I might have messed something up on your sheet. This might be my fault.
God damn it. Oh, pilot. Here we go. Piloting maneuvers. Here we go. Is this on? It just collapses it. Your skill set with VODs.
So you can, we'll call it a, what skill would this be? Either dexterity or intelligence, and you can add your proficiency bonus, which is 3.
All right. Plus 3, 20.
20. You managed to like clock the flight paths of the other Yeerk ships and kind of match them to get in a little bit closer. And if you get too close to this Chadu with the spaceship, it will panic, but you have hit like the perfect distance away from it. Anything else?
I don't know, man. Can I throw up a shield or something? I don't know.
There are shields on the ship.
Okay.
So the AC of the ship is normally, we'll call it 14, or no, we'll call it 19. And with the shield, you add a +5 to it.
Nice.
And that shield is different than a shield that you use for your own personal body. This shield stays up until it is depleted.
Cool.
Sorry, making a note. Y'all, you charge into the room right behind your bounders.
I will. Okay, so you said there's. Man, he is a goofy looking Andalite, isn't he? I am going to hop over both rows of bounders and go straight for Jahem. Are you gaslighting me now?
Sorry about that. Prince Jahem is surprised as you leap over these bounders out of seemingly nowhere, out of the shadows.
I'm going to go into a rage, and I'm going to take 2 swings at him.
Roll it up.
Okay, we're gonna go in with the elbow blades first. Does 25 hit?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and roll the tail attack also, and
Roll
then we'll
it
do
up.
the damage. Okay, that one's not so good.
He'll block that one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the first attack, it's gonna be 15, I think, because of the rage.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, your elbow
that's +5.
blade. Your elbow blade sinks into his shoulder, and then as he turns, Hork-Bajir, you swing your tail blade, and he uses his to knock it out from hitting him. Anything else?
No, because I am gonna just keep pummeling him. How is he holding on to the canister?
It is on the table in front of it.
Okay,
He's not
then
holding to it right now.
that's all I wanted to do was be mindful of the canister and just not. So if it's separate from him, then I'm going to town.
I'll move you up here.
Okay.
Next up is each.
Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna move up. Let me just double check one thing real quick. Okay, I want to move up and cast infestation towards him.
Can you roll that for me so I can see it?
I sure can.
Whenever you get it.
Yeah. Somebody is holding onto my arm. All right, so he has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Does a 4 pass?
What is it against? That's just.
It is, if you click on your spells, is there numbers at the top? Like at the very top?
I like the idea of making Austin go through the entire math to find out if a 4 passes or not.
Yeah, make him do it.
Yeah. I think we need to go. We need to play this one all the way out.
Exercising him.
It's going to be based off your wisdom, so that's 8 plus your wisdom plus your proficiency bonus. So it is 8, 14.
Okay.
Does a 4 beat a 14?
Nope, it's 10 less.
Look at how happy he is doing math. Look at his little shiny face.
I did that just for you, Austin.
It's shiny because I'm nervous.
Oh gosh. All right. 2d6 poison damage. Let's roll. 2d6 poison damage. Okay.
Holy shit. That's max damage.
And it moves 5 feet in a random direction if it can move, and its speed is at least 5 feet.
Yep.
So, and then it says roll a d4 for the direction.
Yeah. So you can roll that if you want.
Okay.
4. So he moves west. He runs into his desk.
Good.
As he hits the desk, the canister wobbles. So high or low each.
Low.
I'm going to do a D100.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Right there. So I will say it's tipping over and about to fall off. Y'all, you can see this, but we'll see what happens when we get back to your turn.
PPK in the room.
Sanillion. The door has been open and you feel you've finished your morph as the wind is rushing in at you.
I'm out. I'm out of the ship.
You're about, let's just do this. You're about 75 feet away from the Chadu with the canister.
Wonderful. So on this turn, I can move. I have a fly speed of 60 feet, which, you know, means I can't get there unless I double move. But I just can't. I'm so excited for this bird fight. You don't even understand. Can I just tell you what I really, really like kind of want to do? And then you can tell me if I can do it or not.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know if you've seen this picture of this coffin bird. It is a 4-winged, heron-necked bird that is blue on the top and white on the bottom. That means it's a fucking predator coloration. That means if I get above this thing and I tack over it, it can't see me. Okay? So I'm tacking across at this thing and I'm getting ready to fucking dive on this motherfucker.
Sanillion,
I'm still recording. Are we still? Okay.
as you are moving closer, you're trying to make up some speed. Roll me an athletics check.
As the coffin bird. It's not going to go that great that way. Strength for strength?
It is.
Okay. I'm learning.
You do make up a a little bit of the distance because you are higher and diving down. You will have advantage no matter what on your attack if you manage to attack it next turn. But you don't gain any extra. You don't gain on it any extra than normal.
Yes. Cool. Great.
But-
That's
but
cool.
You do have advantage on the next attack you make on
And I'm also faster than it.
it. So you'll probably get it. Fast
Yeah.
as Furious and Predator.
It's about family.
Oh.
It is.
Next up is Matea. She charges towards Jahem. This is for Zero. And she hops over, takes an attack. Uh, 19 will hit. She swings her tailblade again. This is for Hera. A 16 just misses as his tailblade clangs with hers. And they like lock eyes. He's furious. Let's see if she's got anything else she can do. She acts and surges. Takes another attack. And this is for Aldrea. That's a natural 20. She's going to apply a sneak attack to this as well. For a total of 23 plus 7. That's 30 damage all this turn. There is blood seeping out of this Andalite now. He's got a one of Yall's elbow blade in him, holding him he's just pulled away from Yall, and there's a hole in his shoulder where the elbow blade was. And yeah, Matea comes up and slices him up.
And he's covered in mites, fleas, and other parasites.
Yeah, they're all eating the scabs around him.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Fuck him. Keffa.
Keffa is going to hold this turn. But what she's going to do is she's going to man the weapon system and be ready to cover Sanillion no matter what.
Hell yeah. And as you're like you get on the weapons and kind of like are looking around, waiting. You do notice Alaron has looked up, and he now notices the Chadu and the Coffet bird above it. Actually, let's roll a perception check because you blend in with the sky.
The fucking right I do.
You can roll a stealth check with advantage.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Sorry, that's a lot angrier than I. Oh no.
Where is it? He does have advantage because he's an Andalite.
Listen, this bird is really, really good in specific scenarios.
Oh man, he has advantage. He does. You see his.
Anything I can do with an inspiration or nah?
It would just give you advantage, and you would take that 9, and he still beats you. So yeah, don't waste it yet. Wait, don't waste it.
Yeah. I heard it.
Bro.
I'll pick a different thing to waste it on. Don't worry.
As he spots you, he moves towards the ship behind him and enters it.
Fucking bird watchers.
Next up is the Chadu that you're chasing. He's double moving, but he's not going to do anything other than that. So his movement is 30 feet. So he moves 60 more feet, but you are above him, so you can be gaining some. but well, you're gonna catch him probably next turn anyway. Right now he is. We'll call him still set. He just moved 60 more feet, and how far did you move? 120 feet.
Double moved, so I moved 120 feet, so I'm over this motherfucker.
Yeah, you're right above him. Yeah.
When he moved, did you move?
He moved, I moved, we moved.
Just like that. Yeah.
He's a bird, you're a bird.
If I'm a bird, you're a bird. Wait, shit.
He is 60 feet away from you.
Good fucking luck with that.
Mm-hmm. Next up is Prince Jahem. Let's see. He's going to fire some missiles out of a bracer on his wrist.
Fuck that guy.
Missiles? What is he, a fucking cartoon character? Does he hit a button and a fucking big red rocket with fins comes out of his fucking wrist?
Fucking goddamn Mandalorian popping up in here.
Yeah, Mandalorian missiles.
There's a little one.
This man appropriated my work.
He's actually just going to put all three of them into Matea.
Bitch.
Well, that wasn't funny. I didn't like what you said. I liked our jokes. Yours was bad.
Yeah, we did goofs.
Well,
we came with goofs. You came with violence.
With murder.
That's 10. 10 to Matea. Y'all, you see these little darts just shoot out and just explode into Matea's chest, kind of sending her staggering back a little bit. All of the bounders all attack each other, and I'm going to do those while Ilira is back up to you. It's your turn.
Okay. Is there some sort of maneuver I can do to kind of like scare the Chadu into like stopping or like trying to reorient its direction so that Sanillion can have a moment to like attack it, kind of?
Yeah.
Like cut it off or something?
It hasn't noticed Sanillion yet, so I'll let you like use a piloting check to try to push this Chadu where you want it.
Okay. We said intelligence. Schwab. +3.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me how you want it to move.
Is it ahead of Sanillion right now?
It is.
Okay. I think she's gonna try and come up from like just below it and kind of diagonal to kind of like just come into its line of sight from below so that it kind of like jerks and stops and then he can like catch up in that time.
You see with the aid of your friend, it basically pushes the Chadu back 10 feet, Sanillion. So you're only 50 feet away from it now. Anything else, Ilira?
Can I do a quick scan of the area to like see if anyone's noticed me and is coming towards us, I guess?
Yeah. Give me perception or technology if you're using like the ship to detect things.
Yeah.
At the moment, none of the Yeerk ships anyway seem to be coming towards you. They haven't noticed that you're anything different from them.
I'm just doing fucking sweet flips in the air for no reason. It seems a little conspicuous.
You do notice that Alaron's ship is starting to take off, rise, and some of the Andalites start to shift their attention towards you all.
Okay.
Next up is Yall.
Catch the canister.
Yeah, that was the first thing that I was going to say is how's that canister looking and do I need to make a play for catching it?
Yeah, you'll have to make a play because it is teetering off and it's about to fall off the desk. You can make a dex save to try to catch it.
Okay, I'll do that. With
it falls.
advantage.
And why? Because you have inspiration or something?
I do, but I don't know if I can do anything.
Because each yelled at me to catch the canister.
We have canonically in this game, in the Hork-Bajir Chronicles, let other people use inspiration.
Okay.
So
I have it. I'll give it to him if you'll let me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
so you
waste
mark
it
your
there.
inspiration off.
Yeah, let's waste it on that one.
You grab for the canister as it falls off the desk and you miss it, but lightning quick as you remember each. She said, "Get the canister." You reach with your other hand and grab it inches from the ground.
Okay. And I imagine that'll be my whole turn. I'm probably not going to get anything.
I'll let that be your reaction.
Okay. So does that mean I get a attack on? Okay.
Yeah.
1 or 2 attacks since I used a reaction.
Yeah, you get your straight attack, so you can
Okay.
make 2.
Okay, I will do that. I will do clails.
Clails. Do new attack, Clails.
Yeah. And he did not attack me last round, so does that mean I am still raging?
You attacked him, so yeah, you do.
Oh, it does count. Okay.
It's either or, yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So that damage, which will be doubled, 12. So that'd be 17 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm gonna pop around with my tail.
Holy shit!
Oh. Okay, and then we're gonna double this and plus 5 it. So that'll be 33 points of damage on that tail blade.
Y'all.
I think I clearly cut his head off.
The head drops to the ground and rolls to your feet as you hold the canister of the quantum virus in your hand.
Just MVP'd that.
Holy shit.
Double crit, baby.
He's getting the game puck.
He so is.
And then I'm just gonna Yall's gonna have a moment where he's like, "What just happened?" And he's gonna look up at Matea and each.
You did it, y'all.
So good.
We go now. We go find Keffa.
We go find Keffa.
We fuck off.
Inspiration.
Give her inspiration back.
You gotta give
Jesus.
it, you gotta give it to Jenna. She said it. I just watched her mouth move.
Inspiration to
Alex
everybody.
put it in the chat the same time you said it.
Everybody take inspiration.
Oh, yeah.
Keffa looks with her stalk eyes and she says, she looks through a door. She says, a ship. We can get there faster. And she takes off towards the ship.
Who said that?
Matea.
Matea said that.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Matea says,
I was just making sure we were.
Guys, and I got so confused.
Yeah, I was making sure we were still with us, and we hadn't flipped over to the other side yet. That was okay.
So Matea looks and sees through a door, and she says, "A ship," and heads off towards the ship.
I'll follow her.
Yeah, I'll follow her too.
Is there is the canister itself? Does it have just on its own or anything that we could put it in to carry it with?
Go ahead.
No, one other thing that's sort of while we're figuring that out, I'm going to command the bounders to just run back out and run away so that they're not fighting the other 3 bounders anymore.
And you do see those other 3 bounders stop fighting.
Okay. Go.
So, Matea is a little bit faster than you all, so she is going to make it to the ship first.
But yeah, am I just holding the canister? Do we need to put it in anything? Are we?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, as you look around there's no. He does have a bag that he was looking like he was loading things into, but nothing specifically to hold this canister.
Okay, I am gonna steal his bag.
You got it.
Yeah. So just y'all did so good. Be careful.
I'll give it to each.
Okay, I will, yeah.
I'll straight up hand it off. Yeah.
Keffa, you notice as Ilira, she did her scan, nobody was noticing anything, but she moves in closer towards this Chadu, and these movements attract one of the Yeerk ships. It kind of like flies over you and then circles back and faces you. You want to use your held action, you can now. Before it, this is before your turn too, so you'll get to go. But
does it look like it's gearing up to fire on us?
It definitely looks like it's suspicious of you. You can't tell if its weapons are powering up yet.
Okay, then what Keffa wants to do is she wants to find a spot that is near the action, but there's nobody at it. Like there's nobody in that general vicinity, but it is like sort of toward the great tree, and just fire one shot in that direction. Like not at anybody, but it looks like firing toward that direction from the ship.
Okay. This will be a dexterity roll, and you do not add your proficiency because you're not proficient with a ship's weapons.
Okay. So just straight dex.
Yeah. You aim near the great tree and try to basically make it look like you were actually. Go ahead and roll me a deception check as well.
Okay.
You don't hit the spot that you were intending where there's nobody at, but you do hit an Andalite ship, and you don't see anybody get hurt, but the ship just explodes.
She turns to Ilira and is like, that was not my intention.
Well, it happened, so.
Dracon fire does start at the ship now from the Andalites. But it doesn't seem to be penetrating the shield too much. Now it's your turn, Keffa.
Great.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I skipped Sanillion. It's Sanillion's turn.
It's all right.
Sorry about that.
You didn't need me to do anything anyways. No. I fucking... so now it is well within my range of flight because it is only 50 feet away. And even if it weren't, I am in a full dive bomb at it. So gravity continues to work on my body, even if I couldn't get there. I'm diving for this thing, and I'm going to go for a beak attack.
Mm-hmm. Roll it up. With advantage. 23.
Great.
Well, fuck.
Is a 23 hit?
Yep.
Do the math.
Do the math.
I'm going to let you double this damage since you're hitting it from above. Sanillion.
Yeah.
What does it look like when you take this Chadu out of the sky?
So I have been dive bombing at this thing, and it has a long heron-esque neck with a giant beak on the end. And this is a little to do with like furry little, like almost rodent like body. And its beak shoots out, like that neck goes straight out like it's hunting a fish. It grabs around the neck with the beak, and it just fully twists its head and just goes to grab the body and the canister all in one. And Sanillion is just trying to hold on to this thing now. Like he's got the body of the thing, but he's trying to keep it all contained together as he's just absolutely murdered this thing midair.
Give me a dex save to hold on to the canister as well.
All right.
Murder bird. Yeah, with your extra talents, you grab onto the canister as well as this bird, and you're kind of twirling with it in the air. Now, Keffa.
Keffa's gonna turn to Ilira and say, Can we signal them? Can we tell them we're not enemies?
Yes. Let me contact them.
Keffa's gotten really linguistic in the last round or two.
Yeah, it's been a few months.
Yep.
That's fair.
Keffa
That's
Seer.
fair. Yeah.
Fucking
Keffa Seer, she different.
yeah.
We're still stupid. It's okay.
You guys have learned words and how to use them as well.
I feel like we've gotten a little bit better.
Y'all can
No
write
fun.
now.
Yeah, it's like right Yall was here
Yeah.
on things. I learned how to decapitate Andalites with my tail blade from hanging out with Sanillion for that long too.
Worth it.
Be like right here. Let me ghost your body of blades right against.
Oh.
Keffa, anything else?
Oh boy. Yeah, no, I think that Keffa is going to run to the door, the port, the whatever the fuck the thing is called, and be ready to catch Sanillion if need be.
Okay. Ilira.
Okay. Opening up a communications channel to the Andalites, basically saying like, do not fire, we are friendly. We are Andalites. We're doing a thing. Please stop firing at us. We did not mean to blow up your ship.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage, but Keffa was helping you, so it will be an advantage to a flat roll.
Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
The fucking
I
roller
just-
coaster.
Oh.
You hear War Prince Alaron come over the communicator and say, "You are interfering with our plan, Ilira. Back off. No other action is taken this round." So top of the round, for the people that were the Prince Jahem team, we're going to pause on you all for a second.
Jahem's dream team.
Jahem's dream team. Actually, what you see is as you all enter the same this hangar area where you see a ship parked, the door is open and it looks like it's powered on and ready to take off. Matea stops at the edge and she says, "It worked. We're going to be all right." She jumps on the ship and the doors close. And you all hear thoughts speaking in your head. "What?" And you hear banging on the door, buttons pressing, and she says, I can't get the door open. And it starts to take off, and you see her kind of come to a window and look out and see both of you enter into this hangar. All right, now back to the other two.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Okay. Matea goes in ship takes off, me and each still have the virus though, right?
Right.
Okay. Just making sure that okay.
And yeah, Matea looks out the window at you all as the ship is rising. We'll move back to Team Keffa. Sanillion, you're in a little bit of a free fall. Not that you couldn't come out of it, but you're wrapped up with this Chadu and the canister. You see Keffa kind of hanging out the door of the ship, and it is kind of moving towards you. What do you do?
He is just trying to catch the air with the top wings, leaving the bottom ones that have more of that claw on it to stay wrapped up with this Chadu and the virus. And he's just using those top wings to kind of glide and steer himself towards the ship to try and get back in.
Give me an athletics check because this is a little bit heavier than you're normally used to.
I told you, Tim.
As you try to catch, you try to catch the air with your wings. Dracon fire is shooting past you from not from any ships, but from the Andalites on the ground. You're dodging them, but it doesn't get you. It actually gets you a little bit further from the ship.
Ain't no thing. He's gonna keep gliding.
Mm-hmm. Keffa,
Do I see anything that can sort of get me closer to Sanillion in any way?
You all are getting closer to trees, like the tops of the trees. There are some trees that are higher than you already, but they're not near you. The place where you're at, you're getting closer to the top of the trees. You could definitely jump to these trees and catch and survive yourself. As far as anything in the ship that could reach far enough away to get Sanillion, there's nothing around you. He's like 60 to 70 feet away from you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep holding my action right there in that door.
Okay. Ilira, you see the Dracon fire from the Andalites shooting up towards Sanillion. And you just got this message back from Alaron. What do you do?
Try to get Sanillion as quickly as possible.
Give me a piloting check.
I'm scared. +3, so 11. Oh, Can I inspiration?
Yeah.
Okay.
You duck the ship sideways and you break ground towards Sanillion, or break air towards Sanillion.
I think that's just farting.
You break wind. You don't manage to get Sanillion into the ship, but you manage to block a Dracon beam that was headed straight for him.
Yep.
Yeah. You hear over the intercom again. I've warned you once, warrior. Stand down.
Respectfully, sir? No.
Very
Closing the
well.
communication path.
The Andalite ship that set off from the great tree, Keffa, you see now that is charging its weapons, and it looks like it's aiming directly for Sanillion.
I get back in the guns then.
All right. And you can take your action if you want.
Sweet, yeah. I'm gonna try not to aim to kill them, but I am gonna shoot at them.
Okay. And your stomach growls. You haven't had bark in a while. Roll it up.
All right, what am I rolling here?
A dex check.
Okay. Dog, stop.
You fire, and the beam just shoots over the Andalite fighter as its Dracon beam shoots towards Sanillion. Luckily, the ship is in the way, so Ilira, make a dexterity save. It'll be a D20, a flat D20. Actually, make your piloting check.
Hey! All right, ignore that dex save then.
All right.
Unless your piloting check is worse than that.
That's a 19.
So this will automatically have the damage, Sanillion, but you also make a dex check as this beam hits the side of the ship and starts to push it towards you a little bit more. A 14 will also have the damage, so you're going to take a quarter of this damage. Seven, so 3. Make an athletics check to hold on to the canister. Actually, do that, but
Can I use my inspiration?
you can.
Great.
So you manage to hold on to it, but the heat from the Dracon beam is still present. So high or low?
Low.
This is it, everybody. with all your might, you clutch this canister and roll your wings and manage to get into the ship as it starts to spin out of control. And as the door closes and you unfold your wings, you see the dead Chadu laying over the canister, and this rusty brown color starts to seep out of the canister. All right, back to the Jahem Dream Team. All right, let me move to my notes. As the ship, you all watch the ship lift up and fly higher and higher. Y'all, you hear a thud behind you. And you turn to look, and each is on the ground, unconscious. And you see Pick looking at you in the face. His beak twists into a smile, and he jams a needle into your chest. You have one action.
Slice with Tailblade.
Roll it up. As you swing your tail blade, you can already feel your body growing weaker, and Pick catches your tail blade right before it hits him. You're mine now.
What? Why?
And then you pass out. You right before you pass out, you see other Hork-Bajir starting to file in that you've never seen before, and they're like holding Yum Yum and throw him to the ground as you pass out. Back to Team Keffa. What do you all do?
Keffa would have immediately gotten up and run over to try and get that door closed to make sure nobody falls out. Like,
and Sanillion would have just rapid fire. The canister is open. Can we seal off? We need to seal this off. We need to get Keffa. By you, we need to seal off this area. Knowing full well that's probably not possible.
Yeah, try and get the door shut, I guess.
And Sanillion's just going to try to use his body to hover over the canister. Like, whatever.
Unfortunately, it doesn't stop it. This rust mist just starts to cover the inside of the ship. It does, after it gets like a certain amount, like a certain distance away from the canister, it's invisible. But Keffa, you can smell this tingy metal.
Keffa's
Ilira,
gonna walk up to Sanillion and help him up.
I think when you do that, like, logically, it's not happening. But I think even as you're walking up to him, he's going, no, back up, no, move, back.
She just continues forward and just continues trying to help him and steady him.
Ilira, you notice on your readouts that the Andalite ships are approaching, and they're getting closer. The Yeerks all seem to even be focusing this way too, as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna bail out of there. I'm gonna try to get us away as quickly as possible.
You do. You flip the ship and zoom out. After you feel that you've gotten away You've escaped. You. What do you do? Do you land the ship? Do you? It's up to you.
Honestly, I think, assuming she's not picking up any other ships on the radar, I think she's just gonna keep flying and just mindlessly keep flying. It's like when something bad happens to you and you just get in your car and you just drive around. That's what she's doing.
Somebody talk real quick.
Talk real quick.
Okay.
My feelings are hurt and I don't like it.
Sorry, my headphones are about to die. So, but I have other ones that I can use, but it's okay.
Okay.
Let me see here. Yeah. As this realization sets in for all of you, Keffa, the short-range communication device, you hear a noise coming from it. It says, Keffa,
You
Ilira.
motherfucker.
Are you there?
Yep, she's gonna turn it on or pick it up or whatever. We here.
Keffa, first, I just want you to know we did it. We stopped Jahem from releasing the virus. He's dead.
Keffa proud.
Something's going on. I found a ship near Jahem, and I got on it, and it took off. It left each and y'all behind, but I think I can maybe get it turned around. I don't know. I haven't tried yet. I just wanted to get a hold of you.
Y'all each not with my Taya?
No, but they have Pick. They have Yum Yum. They have the Bounders. None of the monsters are attacking anymore now that Jahem's gone.
She's just gonna look at Ilira. Okay. They meet at Great Tree. They meet at Great Tree.
Yeah, I'm sure. How did you all do?
She just looks at Ilira and Sanillion and says, "We got it."
Oh, you got it?
Yes.
So everyone's saved.
We got it.
I'm so happy. Listen, as soon as I figure this out, I'll come back and we'll meet back up.
Don't come back. Don't come back. Don't come back. Find Bearfin.
Together.
My Taya, find Bearfin.
I'm going to say give me a deception check to see if she knows that you're hiding something from her. Okay. Keffa, Tell me the truth.
I think Keffa's just going to hand the communicator to Ilira.
I think Ilira's just gonna turn off.
All right. And then what do you all do? How do you all end this story?
I don't know how the story's going to end, but I have words for as soon as we're done recording. That's all I'm saying.
Ilira, we can't land.
No, we can't. I've always loved flying, though.
Where can we go?
Away together.
We can go wherever you want to go, for a little while at least.
Show Keffa something new. Something bigger.
I'm gonna take it out of atmosphere. And I'm gonna show Keffa the stars.
I stood in the orange laboratory with my prize Hork-Bajir laying on the table in front of me. The Hork-Bajir named Yall. Shinnequal just finished installing my improved portable generator into his empty eye socket. Before I could get to him, the bounder closest to me chewed off his arm. So I had him replace the arm with an organic metal. Well, Pick, this is where we part ways. You'll have a new Yeerk soon. Anything you want to say to me?
Pick, hope, Simtaf, new brain, not tasting good. And hope Simtaf starve. Pick, hope, Simtaf, no eating and die.
Shinnequal poked a needle into Pick's neck. When I felt his body begin to fade, I began to exit through the ear canal. I felt Shin pick me up from the side of his head, and shortly after, placed me near the ear of Yall. I squeezed in. The Hork-Bajir couldn't do the same things Pick could do, but he was powerful. He was strong and destructive. It was exactly what I wanted. Actor was killed in the battle by this Hork-Bajir. He was killed in the battles that led up to this fight. Actor had risen in ranks all the way to Visor 5 during our time on the Hork-Bajir planet. But in the end, I was the one that won this war. I was the one who gained us these shock troops. The Hork-Bajir were my conquest. So I was given the reward. I rose higher than Actor. I felt another needle prick from Shin into this one's neck, and I could feel his consciousness coming back. Welcome back, y'all. Unfortunately, your body is mine now. Y'all, do you have any response to Simtaf in your head?
Oh, super not prepared for that. You know, take y'all. You know, take y'all.
I've already taken y'all.
Y'all fight.
Your fight is over. As I stood up, I saw that Shin had already reinfested Pick, and the host was regaining consciousness. Come, Shin, I said. It's time for us to leave this planet. Shin helped pick up Pick's host body, and we all walked out to an open area that was made wide enough for our ship. There were Hork-Bajir controllers loading the ship and ready for departure. One Hork-Bajir walked up to me, my second in command, Ennis 986, and she said,
All preparations have been completed. The ship's pre-check log has been done. We are ready for departure, Wizard 2.
I curled my host beak into a smile. Searched my host's brain. Then let's fuck off. The intense feeling that this thought speak process brought onto you begins to fade away. The soft patter of the sprinkling rain on Oscar's porch. On Oscar's porch's old roof returns, and the stream slides down, creating a waterfall, separating Matea, who stands in the yard soaking wet. It's only been a couple of hours since this story started. Matea raises her head to focus on the group, her glossy eyes glinting in the moonlight. She has a surprised look on her face. As she watches you, she raises her front leg and moves the periwinkle fur of her fetlock. The Exilia device is wrapped around her leg with a metallic, slim silver wire. Savannah, you're familiar with this object, although hers doesn't look as small, or hers looks smaller than Elfangor's. It's coded to my DNA. I didn't even think about it the first time I morphed, but it came with me. She looks down at it with her main eyes and looks back up to you all. I did not know all of that story before now either. I had not known Pick or Simtaf had touched the device. Ilira added the wire for me. It stopped letting me store memories once I left the planet, and I never figured out a way to play them back. But I think that's what just happened now. I think that once Keffa died, that was it. I don't know exactly how the Exilia device works. She pauses for a second and then continues. Just through thought speak now. You all don't feel any like you've been shipped away or anything. This is just thought speak now. She says, after the call with Keffa, Ilira, and Sanillion, I was at the mercy of Jahem's ship. The ship took me to a remote planet that Jahem must have programmed into autopilot to. But it was not any rendezvous point with the rest of the Andalites. It took me 3 cycles, about 6 Earth months, to get there. And he had an operating base. He was trying to use the Arna technology to create his own beasts. But as far as I could tell, none were successful. At least not at this base. And there, within all his stores, I found the Escafil device. She sighed. She sighs in your mind. Even though Keffa never told me, I knew that something must have went wrong. I could just tell it in her voice. And now I know. But before then, I had to go back to her. I had the idea that if something had gone wrong, I could take her the Esquivel device and the rest of the Hork-Bajir as well, and I could let them nothel it into another being, or maybe just give them the morphing technology so they could save themselves. I figured if my father could break the laws of my people to eliminate an entire race, then I could break them to save them. But it turns out Jahem had used some kind of ARN biological programming that only responded to his DNA. I had to essentially rebuild the ship, and it took me almost an Earth year to complete. During that time, against my better judgment, I called the Andalite fleet for help, but they brandished me a traitor and assassin for the death of Prince Jahem. And if I went around them, I would be taken into custody. So once I got the ship fixed, rebuilt, I fled, determined to get my friends back. I traveled for 2 more cycles, 4 1/8 of your Earth months. What's that in metric? Every now and then, I would use a long-range communication device to listen in on the Andalite channels, and that's how I found out Alaron had been taken by the Yeerks and was now Visser 3. When I was less than a cycle from the planet, Yeerk Patrol found me. I couldn't fight them. I had a ship that I'd cobbled together from a transport. I tried to evade them, but they shot at me, and they blew an ion thruster, which in turn blew my atmospheric blast shield generator. My only chance was to slip into Z-space away from them to a random location so they could not follow my trail, repair my ship, and slip back. But just as I was entering Z-space, they shot again. They hit a part of my ship called the Z-Warp Core. It allows you to set your Z-space route and follow it. But because the Dracon Beam was a direct hit, it sent me here to this galaxy instead, right into an orbiting Yeerk patrol around your planet. Once again, I tried to evade, but they shot me and I went down into the atmosphere. It burned up my ship because I didn't have my shield generators, and I managed to reroute enough power to the forward-facing shields, but I still crashed. And I would have been dead if Dylan hadn't showed up. And her main eyes focused to Dylan. I think deep down, when I arrived here, I knew I was too late to do anything for Keffa, Each, and Yall. So I turned to revenge. I decided to barter with Visser 2 for Visser 3. I did not know Yall was taken by Visser 2. And honestly, that changes everything. Before seeing what was in the Aximili device, I had hoped to leave and salvage any Hork-Bajir I could, but I don't know that I could salvage them from the Yeerks. Keffa, Sanillion, and Ilira saved the Hork-Bajir from the virus, but that means that they were all took. They were all controllers now. And the only way to save them is to free them. Keffa gave her life to save her people, and I was going to give the Yeerks the morphing technology for revenge. She turns to Savannah. You were right. I'm no better than my father. And she looks back to Dylan. I was going to condemn the galaxy for my revenge. I don't regret killing Alaron. I do regret betraying all of you. Reliving these memories just shows me how wrong I was. And I think Keffa would be disappointed in me. She looks back to Savannah and says, there's no point in me taking the Escafil device now. That plan is gone. If anything, maybe I can save y'all and each and then try to find Barafin. But that's my story. And now you all know why I betrayed your trust. I won't make any excuses. But I just think it was fair for all of you to know.
So what are your next steps?
I'm not sure now. I'm sure you all won't have me anymore. But just knowing that the Yeerks have my friends, I want to figure out the steps that I can take to help them.
I think Savannah's going to throw a quick look to Aximili to try and see if she can glean any insight from his reaction to all of this.
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hang on one second. I'm just going to move you out here just so you can see it. So before all of this, Aximili was, his look was intense. He was not happy about things that were going on. His eyes have kind of softened a little bit based after hearing this story. I'll say with a 15, you can tell that, and you can tell that he's got a lot going on in his head. Like, he's thinking a lot about everything that he's heard.
And I think she's going to look at Dylan as well and try to see what she can ascertain from Dylan's reaction.
So this will be up to you, Jenna. If you want to hide your feelings, you can roll like a deception. But if Savannah would be able to tell what's on your face, you can just tell her.
No, I think she can definitely see, like, Dylan is she's crying. Just trying to come to terms with like what everything means. And she just looks contemplative.
Maitea, I think we need to determine a further course of action, but I do not want you leaving at this time.
I understand. If you all need to discuss this, I can wait here.
Yes. And then I think Savannah, I think she's going to do one more thing before she goes. Like, she'll kind of like gesture like, okay, like, let's go inside to the Humanimals team. But before that, I think she's going to head back out because the Chi is still in the van, correct?
Yep,
so I think
Craig
she's going to head out to Craig really quick and just stop by. And she's going to go up to him and ask to have the Visor.
Okay, what do you say to him? As you walk up, he's looking at you, and like his eyes are wide, and you can tell that he's been listening too.
She's just going to simply say, hand me the Visor, and then you do not have to stay any longer.
Savannah, I'm afraid. Do y'all hear that water running?
Yes.
All right, let's give it a second. It shouldn't be too long. Oh. Hope not. I can't
4
just edit it
hours
out.
later.
Oh, stop. Oh, it didn't stop. I'm just going to go. I'll get it out.
Is that how you want to say that?
I'll fix it, but in a later time. Sweet. Savannah, I'm afraid that I know what will happen if I give you the Visor back, and my programming will not allow it.
What do you think will happen?
He will be killed.
I don't necessarily think that's true.
This is what my programming is predicting. I'm afraid I cannot give him to you.
And what if we were to place it in another host body?
I would not do that either. It would be harmful to the host.
Interesting. So what are your plans then?
To hold on to it.
Until when?
That I do not know.
And if I gave you my word that I would not harm the Visor?
I'm afraid that you would not be able to ensure that. And while I would believe you, my programming would not allow it.
All right. We will work on this later, I guess. And she's just going to walk away.
Would you like me to stay?
No.
You hear the van start up.
She'll just head back in.
Aximili will follow you in. Kamren kind of like lingers on the porch and watches Matea, and he'll kind of like unfold his arms as everybody moves into the cabin. Well, whoever's going, I'm not saying everybody's going, but once people start to move in, he'll unfold them and walk in as well.
And I think
Dylan sort of hangs back on the porch for a minute. And when most people are in, she looks at Matea and says, "Get on the porch out of the rain," and walks in.
Zach has been kind of sitting on the ground, cross-legged, just playing with grass, not really looking at anybody. You know, when he realizes that everybody else is leaving, he just stands up. He doesn't make eye contact with anybody and follows everybody in.
As you all walk in, a few seconds later, you hear Matea's hooves clacking onto the porch.
think once they've made it in there and are kind of gathered around, I think Savannah's just going to ask them all, what would you all like to do?
If nobody speaks up, Kamren will say, kind of like shaking his head, his arms crossed again. He's leaning on one of the walls. Her story is a sad one. But we all have sad stories. All of us here, he does kind of like eye Dylan a little bit as he says this and like looks away. Have lost Reese to this war. And we didn't let revenge compromise our mission. She's proven she can't control her impulses. She insisted on going alone to fight Jahem, and it got her stuck in a Yeerk storage closet. She almost gave the Yeerks the only weapon we have. That's something we can't risk.
Dylan's going to look at Kamren and say, sometimes we all do things that we think we're not capable of. Sometimes we all do things that people wouldn't be proud of, Kamren. Doesn't mean we don't deserve a second chance.
He kind of nods and looks down, but he still seems to have like some hesitation towards her, like about this whole situation.
Zach kind of like looks up. He's been staring down at the table. He sat down at a table. And he kind of looks around and he goes, look, she's like seemed apologetic before. I don't know if this is for real this time. I know I want to try to help Hork-Bajir if we can. I don't know what to do with her though.
Aximili.
He'll like turn it. His main eyes are looking at you. His stalk eyes are surveying the house. One of them actually stays glued onto a monitor that shows the Hork-Bajir in the basement. My people have shown me how harmful their hesitation can be by waiting to act. Alaron ordered genocide. Jahem was said to be brilliant and would shoot Andalite technology to the future with innovative discoveries. But he was nothing but Alaron's lackey. They blamed his murder on her. He did deserve it. Alaron deserved it. They took her honor. I have a hard time condemning her for killing them. If an Andalite war prince could be so corrupt and cruel, what are the others capable of? Maybe she's not such a bad one.
Zach kind of looks at Axe, clearly just dismayed and upset that at what he just heard.
I believe it's one thing to... She's not an assassin. She is a child. But so are we. And it's one thing to want to give someone a second chance. But we do also have to consider all of us and what we're fighting for here. They've made choices, and the Hork-Bajir are now one of the main hosts of the Yeerks, and we are attempting to not fall to that same fate. She has betrayed us multiple times, including you, Dylan, who it seems you were close to her in some way and that you mean a lot to her in some way. I just don't know that we can trust her to stay with us in any particular situation. But that aside, what power do we have over her? What can we do?
I have an idea. I kind of hate it. I really hate it. It's the only way I can think of to know for sure that we can trust her. God, I don't even want to say it. If one of us morphed a Yeerk and she let us in her head, not permanently, but like just to see what's going on.
It would be one way to understand her intentions, I guess. Although I don't know that she is particularly not being forthcoming.
I would not let a Yeerk in my head for any reason.
Would you let one of us?
I would not like it. But if my prince gave me an order, I don't
like it either. That's all I can think of.
I just don't know that it's her current intentions that I'm questioning. It's any sort of future intention, any sort of situation that we come into where she has to make the choice between anything else and us. I don't know that I could trust her to side with us.
people do deserve second chances. Kamren will kind of look to Dylan, nod to her, but this would be her third chance or fourth. I don't feel confident that she wouldn't do it again. I mean, that story, I think, made her motivations clear. She wants to help her friends, but we thought we were her friends. Well, at least Dylan. People do change, but are we willing to risk our war on that?
So what if we keep her on the outside? We don't give her any information. We just have her report to us what she finds, and if we need her for something, we ask her to go with us.
And what if she makes better friends with somebody else when she's on the outside and feels disconnected from us, from you in particular, and then decides that that is the better option?
Honestly, if there's any chance of like a betrayal or if there's any distrust, it's probably safer to keep her close, than like let her wander.
Yeah, but she also can morph. So how would we know unless we kept eyes on her 24/7? That
Look,
she,
dude, if she wants to get away, she's gonna get away. Like, she's on the porch right now. Like, she could be splitting already. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I mean, what are we talking about here? Are we going to try to kill her? Are we going to just keep her friends? Are we going to let her on the team? Like, are we just going to, like, know her? I don't know what the options even are.
I was ready to condemn her for what I had thought she'd done. I don't want to kill her anymore.
No,
I do
either.
not think she should die.
That makes sense. I do not want this either, but that would be the only guaranteed. So I think if that is something that we are all unwilling to explore, then we need to find the next closest guarantee to her not going to our enemies with the information she has. She knows who we are and where we are. So we can't keep her locked up, and we don't want to kill her. I think we're backing ourselves into a situation where we have to trust her and work with her.
Work with, not trust.
We're trusting her every moment of every day not to go to the Yeerks.
Zach shrugs and puts his head back down.
So I guess she needs an accountability buddy.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to trust her, we're going to have to trust her either way. The least we could do is make the decision on how we trust her. So make a friend, keep her close, or let her go on her own. But I like the idea of an accountability buddy. I kind of like smile at Dylan.
And who is going to step into that role?
I would be willing to help. I do not have the same obligations as the rest of you.
Okay. And what do we want that to look like? Does she stay here? Does she stay away? How often do we check in? What are we asking of her?
It's just me, but like, I'm thinking if we're gonna have her around, if she's gonna still be part of this or us or whatever, I think it's got to be all the way. or like as much as she's willing to do, I guess.
I think if we decide all the way she must agree to that, she is going to have to give in to some of what we say.
Totally, yeah. I mean, it's going to have to be an actual teamwork situation. I'm still not sure how we can believe, though, that she's doing that, because she's said that she's doing that before.
Is there any way to keep her away from intel and keep her away from things that we don't want her around? If she stays here?
Do we really want to do that? I mean, if nothing else, she is pretty damn smart.
Believe me, until you regain someone's trust, you want them to stay away from the thing.
Okay. Van?
I think Savannah at this point in the conversation, I think is starting to get that look of like she's starting to piece some things together, and she's starting to pace a little bit. All right, so we want her to have an accountability buddy, is what we're calling it. We need her to stay close. Is there any particular reason that we couldn't set up some sort of, it's glorified prison, but basically we could use part of the basement to set up some sort of communications for her where she could come and go as she pleases, but we have a way to monitor that. So we have some way to check back and check logs almost of what she's doing. So we can...
Like an Apple tag.
What?
Like an Apple tag. You know, those things you can track with your phone.
Sure. Location, track location of. You want a location tracker.
Like a microchip?
Oh, yeah, even better.
Okay. We could have that, but it's also an observation here. Aximili, you would, of course, be the one mostly observing her and double checking that what she's saying checks out with what we have on hand.
Yes.
This is a lot of extra strain on our already strained resources.
Maybe Bart and Chad could help. Kamren shrugs.
We could set up alerts. Like if she goes somewhere that we know is a common Yeerk ground, it alerts us to one of our phones.
Is there such a thing? Aren't they everywhere? Except for here.
We could also set up a perimeter that we would know if she left.
I don't think we'd be able to do that. There's too many animals coming and going. I mean, unless we've got this microchip or something, I guess. We could go a little more old school with it and kind of make it so like she's just got to check in with us every 6 hours or something. And if she doesn't, she knows that we're coming for her. Whatever that looks like. Or 3 hours or 1 hour or whatever.
It could be a combination of all of these things.
It's like so much work, though. Like, we're talking about 24-hour surveillance of a morph-capable Andalite who's been on the run for however long. Like,
well,
she's good at getting out of this kind of shit, man. Like,
the alternative is letting her go.
Or just fully trusting her, which is another thing I'm not really sold on. None of these are good options.
It would just be so much easier. I think if we are going to do this where we keep her around, we are going to have to set up something like this. I am not willing to fully trust her and let her go. This is too important.
I agree, fearless leader.
Zach kind of looks up and then looks over at the bag of crystals. Is that what they were? Forgot. My mind of they were potions. The little crystals. Do any of those offer a solution? And he like points at the bag.
I mean, I believe there are some that say do not use reaction uncertain, but none that I think would assist in the specific thing we are attempting to do now. There's no magic loyalty potion.
Okay.
All right. Here's what I think we do. We go ahead, we set up a location downstairs for my Taya. We can set up whatever sort of technological nonsense she would like to work with. But Aximili, you have a way to route into that and observe everything going on. We set up a perimeter. We figure out if she is willing to be tagged in some sort of way that will allow us to monitor, whether that's wearing something similar to the Exilia device she already has or something different. At that point, we can discuss check-ins and so on and so forth. I imagine if there's any sort of moral objection, it's going to be to tagging her like some sort of wild animal. And then we can discuss with her what her check-in parameters might be. Does that sound acceptable?
Kamren nods.
Dylan also nods.
No, dude, it sucks, but yeah, it's what we're gonna have to do, I think.
Yes.
Okay. I guess we go tell her then.
Kamren unfolds his arms and like gestures to the door for you.
Yep, Savannah will just walk out. She's just rolling her eyes at Kamren, but yeah.
Zach's right behind her.
Dylan too.
Yep. Kamren and Aximili follow out.
And did my Taya even stick around, or is she long gone?
You get out there and it's empty. No, she's kind of standing on the porch and she's on one side of it, kind of looking over, and you see two wolves are just at like the tree line of the cabin. But her stalk eyes see you and she turns around. The wolves kind of sulk back into the trees.
We think we have a solution.
I'm ready to hear it.
We would like for you to stay with us. We will create a space for you in this cabin where you will be able to work on what you're going to work on, but you will stay here and you will allow us to track your movements, not every place that you're standing, but coming and going.
So I would be allowed to leave.
Potentially, you would have to check in with us first. We would have to know where you were going, what you were doing.
That sounds amenable.
Okay. That wasn't the word I was expecting you to use, but all right.
Is that the right word? Austin.
Not really.
All right. That would be,
It's close enough.
It's fine.
it seems that would work.
It was just the way that the sentence was structured through me.
She would be amenable to
She
it.
would be amenable to it. Yep.
I am amenable to that.
Good save.
And would you be willing to continue to check in with us several times a day?
Yes.
Okay. And then she's going to look around at, Dylan, Zach, Aximili, Kamren, and just see if there's anything that they had to add to that.
Dylan is like very pointedly standing on the opposite end of the porch with her arms folded, not looking at Maitea.
Zach's staring her down.
Kamren too. Aximili does he's paying attention to the conversation, but he's just kind of standing behind Savannah. He's not staring her down the same way Zach and Kamren are, but he's watching.
Zach has a sort of sudden fit of inspiration and remembers some stuff his dad has told him and kind of goes, "You're going to have to try to really earn our trust. You got to work on it. Give us reasons to believe that you're cool."
I would very much like to repair this relationship. I know what I have done is wrong.
Sorry.
I will do.
It's the contrition.
That you can take some inspiration.
Oh, I like inspiration.
It was the dad arm cross for me that did it.
That was so severe that I hit my mic. Yeah.
All of the players and also Dylan and Kamren take psychic damage.
Yeah.
Psychic damage.
Exactly.
I would request that if any missions or any opportunities arise to help y'all in each, that you would include me in those.
That will be a discussion at the time that comes up. You will need to earn our trust before we include you in any missions again.
She seems to not like that there's no exception for y'all in each, but she nods.
Hey, it wasn't a no. That's Alex. It wasn't a no.
Yeah.
All right, we will begin, and there will be no. If there's any sense of this going south or you doing anything that will put any of us in danger, this agreement will change rapidly.
I understand.
I'm much more serious this time than I was the last time.
Her main eyes meet with yours. And after a couple of seconds of this, the little lightning bolts shooting between your eyes and hers, she nods.
Okay. Aximili, would you like to get
Yes.
started on this?
Yes, Prince Savannah. I will go to the basement and begin setting this up. Matea, join me whenever you can.
Do you need a hand, or? And he actually looks at Savannah to see if he should go help set up.
I think Savannah's going to give one last look to Dylan, and she's trying to ascertain if she's still like, the last thing before this all happened was she said Dylan was the one that deserved to get answers from Matea. And I think she's still trying to honor that by seeing whether or not Dylan is indicating she wants any sort of further conversation with Matea.
Dylan is just standing there in the corner with her arms crossed, stone-faced.
So I think when Zach says that, then after checking on Dylan, she'll say, all right, I will wait here with Matea.
Okay. He's also still waiting for an answer from Axe, because if he doesn't need help, then he's not going to go.
Yes, please.
Okay. Holler if you need me. And he goes with Max.
Kamren's still standing out here too.
And she's looking at like Dylan, Kamren, like, do you guys want to go get some rest or anything?
Oh, Kamren stands up, uncrosses his arms. Yeah. I'll just go in here and chill out on the couch for a little while. And looks back and forth from Savannah and Dylan and starts to back in and runs into the wall. Oh. Turns and walks in the doorway.
Dylan's gonna just slightly turn her head to you for a second and say, I'm good if you want to go. I don't know. Do whatever.
Okay. And Savannah will take that as the kind of in she was waiting for, and she'll leave Dylan.
Yeah, Matea looks at you, Dylan. Her stalk eyes moving around, watching the tree line.
She's still just gonna keep staring forward, arms crossed.
After some awkward seconds pass, Matea will say, I am sorry, Dylan.
Don't do that.
Well, she her hoof kind of does the thing where it goes up on the point of it, and she's playing with the floor of the porch, just kind of wiggling it back and forth.
I mean, you're not sorry, right?
I am sorry that it hurt you.
Dylan's gonna wipe a tear off the side of her face and be like, if you thought for a second that you were gonna have remorse for hurting me, you wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it to you. I understand that everything that happened led you to this, but you chose vengeance over helping people. I trusted you. I got them to trust you. I worked so hard to get them to trust me. And you could have taken that all away. Your actions have consequences for other people. I had to learn that. You have to learn that.
She thinks for a second, her main eyes like drop. And when she looks back up, you see that they're glossy. Help me.
I'll do what I can, but we're not friends right now.
Yes.
Show me that you're worth being helped. Because I used to think everybody was.
Maybe everybody isn't, but I hope I am worthy of that help. I'm sorry that my actions changed the way you think about people. You helped me. You were the first to help me when I crashed here. It does pain me to see that I've changed you in that way.
I think Dylan's just gonna walk forward and like pop up and sit on the railing. And just kind of just stare at the corner of the porch.
As she kind of walks up to the opening where the steps are beside you and just looks out into the rain with you. Is there anything anybody inside wants to do?
Yes.
Savannah.
Savannah would like to head downstairs to where Aximili and Zach are working. And once she gets down there, she just wants to say, Aximili, can I speak to you for a moment?
Yeah, you see them like hooking up computers and stuff like that. Yes. Zach, he hands you a keyboard.
I play a sick groove on the keyboard.
Clack, clack, clack.
Oh.
No. Back up. What are you playing?
Yeah. Fucking Claire de Lune, baby.
Why are you Edward Cullining it right now?
Classic We Twain. All right, sorry, yeah. Keyboard. Do I know what we're typing?
Or
does he just go, here, hold this?
He was like plugging it in and stuff, and he just hands it to you.
All right, I keep plugging it in. This PS2 style keyboard? What?
Yeah. Yes, and a PS2 style mouse.
Okay. I don't know why we're working with 90s ass computer equipment down here, but okay.
You got to get what you get.
Yeah. Zach hooks shit up.
Aximili follows you, Savannah.
She's just going to head a little ways away till they're not in earshot. She's not like delving into the depths of Oscar's weird cavern. But I think when she gets a little bit further away and they're kind of in private, she's just going to say, Aximili, I apologize. I have messed up. I should have let you take your revenge when we had the opportunity, and now I am afraid that we will not. I let the idea of potentially getting more information lead me in that moment, and that was a mistake. I will correct it.
What do you mean?
With Visor 3, I stopped you in that moment from killing the Yeerk, and I should not have.
Yes, but if you feel that way, why not just bring him to me now?
I asked the Chi. I asked him to give me the Yeerk, and he would not. It was against his programming because he could not foresee any way in which the Visor survived. And I attempted to subvert that with playing with language a little bit, and he did not go for it. But I will think on it more. I will figure something out. I just need to be able to think it through.
Savannah, roll me a persuasion check.
Oh. Well, it's not going to be good, is it?
Who knows?
Me, I know.
You see, like his.
I'll burn that inspiration.
Do you want to?
Yeah, why not? This feels important. I'm burning it.
All right. So at first, his main eyes furrow. He's mad. He looks mad. And then they soften a little bit. Well, I believe that if I should take anything from the story that we just heard and the situation that we're in, it is to hesitate on revenge, because the consequences of it could affect more than just myself. And I'm not the only one that has stakes in this fight. It is okay, Prince Savannah.
I think she'll just kind of nod and then double down on her promise, but I will still make it right.
His Andalite eyes smile at you. Back on the porch, Matea seems to look up as the rain starts to fall a little more gently and slow down. And it eventually stops. There's one more in the distance, a lightning crash. But then the clouds start to blow away and reveal the Ocean Grove night sky. Dylan, I once told you that you reminded me of someone. And as she says that, we pan up and we see the stars above Ocean Grove twinkle.